Tape www.suividecolosénégal.com. À École au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape École au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
Prepositions. We are on prepositions today. And what is preposition? We know preposition of time and place. When we use them a lot when we want to describe something, to someone. Also, it's on the table, it's at the desk, it's in between the chair, it's on top of the building, it's underneath, it's across, it's adjacent to, it's off. So those are prepositions. We use them when we want to give directions. So we have preposition of time and of course preposition of place. I'm in the house, I'm on the bed, I'm in Italy, I'm at my grandma. And time, preposition of time, I come here, in the morning, I get up at 6 o'clock, I'm here every Saturday. So that is, or these are prepositions. And sometimes we use them without necessarily even knowing that they're prepositions. So we're going to look at a bunch of exercises on the board that we have for prepositions. And I put that, I hope you can see a bunch of them: in, by, on, at, with, between, and then you have to. Okay, there's another one even off actually as well. So those are prepositions and we're going to work on it as we go on. So the first one is, my pen is superior. What would that be? My pen is superior to yours. My pen. It could be my pen, it could be my desk, it could be my position is superior to yours. Whatever it is to. And you see that you see that here it is yours. There's an S at the end. It's not you, but it's yours. That tells you this is another kind of pronoun, so it is superior to yours. To yours. That's more comparative. Everything, as soon as you say superiority, it is superior to yours, or it's superior, or yours is superior to mine, but it's not your. Okay, so it's yours. Okay, number 2 is, I'm sure dash my success. I am sure of my success. There's supposed to be an off here. I'm sure of my success. I'm definitely sure. I'm gonna make it. It's no doubt about it. It's certain. So I am sure of my success. That's his free time, he reads. That's his free time. Free time means during your leisure time. Dans les moments libres. So at his free time, it's going to be at. Pendant. At is pendant. At his free time, he reads. He reads. And there's S at the end of reads because he is third person singular. Troisième personne du singulier, you add S to the verb in the present simple. And so it becomes he reads or she reads. But if they were going to say at their free time, it would be they read, no S. But because it is his, which is a pronoun, it becomes he reads, third person singular. Here, if it were at her, because his is il and her is elle, at her free time, she reads. If it is present simple. Okay, and of course we know that read is an irregular verb. So in the past tense, it's going to be I read. It's going to be I read, comme la couleur rouge. I read. It's pronounced red, but it's still written as read, exactly like this. But in the past tense or prétérit, it is still written or pronounced as read. So you have read and read, but it's written the same. So please make sure you get that, okay? It's important. And then you have number 4, I am not satisfied. Dash your behavior. I'm not satisfied with. It's gonna be with. It could be even your results. exams. I'm not satisfied with your results. I'm not okay with your behavior. I'm not okay with your conduct. I'm not okay with what you're doing. It is with, avec. Je ne suis pas satisfaite avec tes résultats, avec ton comportement. With is avec. I'm not satisfied with your behavior. Even if there were many or a lot of people, I'm not satisfied with your behaviors. If there were a lot of you, you add an S, avec vos comportements, your behaviors, your habits. But if it's just a person, then there's no need to have an S, okay? And of course, another synonym of behavior could be habit, your habit, okay? Even your comportment, it could be said, comportement, your comportment, it could be said, okay? Number 5, what is the origin dash quarrel dash two brothers? What is the origin of quarrel between two brothers? Because you say they're two brothers. Entre, between the two brothers. A quarrel, it's quar and then roll, 2 syllables. Quarrel, ça signifie arguments. Si deux frères sont en train de se chamailler, de quereller, it's a quarrel. So that's what a quarrel means. An argument, So what is the origin of quarrel between two brothers? Of course, what means that the sentence ends with a question mark. It's important. Anything with the w ends with a question mark because it's a question. It doesn't end with a full stop. Take note. Okay, it's important. Punctuations are very important in English. He fell, dash his horse. He fell, dash, his horse. He fell off. Off. Do you see my off? What is so particular about the off? It's a double F. So he fell off. Because this off is part of a preposition. When you get off the road, you make a left or you make a right. Directives, preposition. So he fell off his horse. He fell off his bike. He fell off his bed. He fell off his chair. Falling off. This off something, c'est tomber de. C'est de tomber. So he fell off. Get off. C'est de sortir. If I say get off the carpet, it's this off. It's not the off of just de. So this off is either de sortir de, it's off, or de tomber de. You use this off. This off is get like, please get off the carpet. It's this off with a double F. Sors du tapis. Get off my seat. Lève-toi ou sors de ma chaise. Or he fell off his horse. Il est tombé de son cheval. Horse, c'est un cheval. He gets up at 6 o'clock daily. Daily, ça signifie chaque jour, journalier. Chaque jour, journalier is daily. Journalier, daily. He gets up at, il se réveille à 6 heures. Chaque jour. My birthday is in October. My birthday is in October. Mon anniversaire est en octobre. My birthday is in October. My birthday is in. It's not on. It's not at. It's not the. It's my birthday is in October. So these are some prepositions. I'm pretty sure that you getting off the first time or between, and so those are some of the prepositions that you can use. And like I said, go practice, and I hope that this helped. Thank you. Active and passive. Active and passive voice. We know what active and passive is. Sometimes people get confused and they don't get to understand a lot. We talked about active and passive voice before, and I told you what an active voice is. The active voice was the subject, the verb, and then the object at the end. The subject, which is probably Mary, he, she, the book, the table. So it is the subject, the verb, and the object. Whereas the passive is the opposite of it. The passive would be the object first, the verb, and then of course you have the subject. So those are active and passive voices, and these are some of the examples that we're going to work on for active and passive, how to transfer them, how to recognize first which one is an active, and then which one is a passive, and then to switch it. If it starts with a subject, then you know it's an active, and then you have to put the object first to it, then the verb, and then of course the subject at the end to make it a passive. Okay, and then depending on the tenses, because remember the 12 tenses, and so it depends too on the tenses, and if it has modals as well. We remember the modals that we talked about. They have about 7: should, could, would, can, will, must. So those are the models if you have to use them. So let's start. On the board we have number 1. The reporter writes news reports. The reporter is a subject already. That tells you it's an active. The reporter writes news reports. So how do you put that into passive? News reports. I hope I have enough space. Try to write small. News reports are written by the reporter. You see that the reporter now comes at the end, which is the subject. So that tells you that it's been transformed from active to passive. The reporter writes. Writes is present simple. He writes. News reports. News reports are written by the reporter. Okay. Number 2, she must deliver the letters. She must is a model. She must deliver the letters. Okay, so how do you put that? That tells you that it's active. She must deliver the letters. The letters. What would that be? The letters must be delivered. The letters must be delivered. New York workers will be hired by the company. New workers will be hired by the company. That's passive. New workers will be hired by the company. That is already passive. So how do we put it to active? The company, what would that be? The company will hire new workers. Full stop. The company will hire new workers. The photos were taken in Africa. Passive, because where? The photos were taken. The object, the verb, the subject. Passive. The photos were taken in Africa. How would you transform that? How would you transform that? That's passive. And active would be in Africa. What? We took photos. Yeah. In Africa, photos were taken. In Africa, photos were taken. Lisa has recorded a song. Lisa, subject, has the verb, recorded a song, object, that makes it active, put it to passive. A song was recorded by Lisa. And the last one, they must model, they must wash their hands. They must wash their hands. Their hands. Their hands must be washed. Their hands must be washed. So it is, just remember, active, subject, verb, object, passive, object, verb, subject. And depending on the tenses, you just transfer them. So these examples of active and passive, I hope that it helped. You know, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. It would be a pleasure to help out. Thank you.
www.suividécole au Sénégal.com. À école au Sénégal.